Drive ignition.
This is Actar's Reviews, from anime to figures and beyond. Hey, this is Actar and welcome to another episode of Actar's Figure Reviews. And today we'll be taking a look at Figma Fake Testarossa school uniform version. And boy, I've been waiting quite a while for this figure ever since the announcement and release of Figma Nanoha school uniform version. However, unlike Figma Nanoha school uniform version, which was an exclusive figure that was included with the special edition pack of the Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha PSP game, which I've also done a review on, Figma Fake Testarossa school uniform version is a mass release figure. I have no idea why they decided to split the two figures up, exclusive, non-exclusive, but maybe they just wanted more people to buy the PSP box set to complete the pair. I don't know, marketing gimmicks. So anyway, this figure really does a lot for me. I really like this figure even before I open it, because of the character it represents. I like Fake Testarossa. She is one of my all-time favorite magical girl characters. She's badass when she needs to be and cute when she needs to be. And not only that, I do prefer her in her younger form as opposed to her older form as seen in the third season. And this figure replicates how she looks in the second season, Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha Ace, which also is my favorite season of the anime. So, as I've said before, this figure does a lot for me. So jumping right into the review, let's take a look at the box. We see that the box has a nice sky blue color scheme with clouds. Fake Testarossa school uniform version, of course yellow highlights to match Fate. Turning the box to the side, we see Fake Testarossa taking a stroll with Arf at her side, Figma number 62. And at the back of the box, the usual collage of pictures featuring the figure in various poses, along with all the accessories that she comes with. Side Figma once again, and that's pretty much all I can say about the box. So let's open it up and take a look at the contents inside. And here's Fake Testarossa in the plastic packaging. As you can see, the accessories are laid out neatly around the figure itself. However, because she is in her school uniform version, the accessories aren't that numerous. But we'll get into the figure and the accessories in closer detail in just a second. And as with previous Figma releases, we see that the cardboard backing also contains a cardboard punch-out that will allow you to give your D-stage some mid-shoulder flavor. And here's Figma Fake Testarossa school uniform version beaming into the camera, and what an improvement from the movie version of Fate that was released just recently. Look at that face. Now yes, I can say this is Fake Testarossa. She looks absolutely gorgeous and very accurate to the original anime counterpart, which is one of the very important factors that I consider when picking up a figure. And of course, the rest of the figure follows in the Figma tradition with fantastic paint applications, really sharp details, and very dynamic clothes. And you can see all the bands and folds of the clothes. So that's something that I really like about the Figma figures: the attention to detail, shoes, socks, and of course she is wearing her stockings. So I'll be getting into the figure a little bit more when I talk about the articulation. So let's take a look at the accessories that come with the figure. First up, the basics. We have the Figma Ziploc bag, very handy. We have the Figma 3-jointed stand. Notice that it is noticeably shorter than most of the other Figma figures, because as with Figma Nanoha school uniform version, Figma Fake Testarossa is considerably shorter than some of the Figma figures, possibly to keep them all size accurate, because remember, she is only 9 years old. And next up, we have the Figma base. Now before we go on to the Fate specific accessories, she also comes with a little instruction sheet detailing the use of the various accessories. Pretty informative. And now for the Fate exclusive accessories, we have the whole rack of exchangeable hands. And I say that this is Fate exclusive because one of the hands is special and features Fate holding a little unactivated bar dish, which is of course her intelligent device. So that's it for the exchangeable hands. So next up, we have a little school bag accessory. Note that they are actually hands that will allow you to, they will allow Fate to hold the school bag by the handle. However, because of the way the straps are posed, the way the straps are actually made, she can't sling this over her back. you have to get the bag that comes with Figma Nano Heart, because that actually comes with soft PVC straps. A little bit of a shame they didn't do that with this one as well. That, she has her partner, familiar Arf, in her puppy mode. It's very, very nicely detailed. Next up, we have exchangeable face, which has her in a very calm expression. And last but not least, one of my favorite accessories of the set, a pair of exchangeable hair ribbons. Now these ones are actually Fate's original ribbons, and from here on out I'm going to spoil a little bit of the ending of the first season, so you might want to proceed with caution. Now these are originally Fate's ribbons, alright? And the ones that Fate has on right now were originally Nanoha's ribbons. At the end of the first season, as a sign of their friendship, Nanoha and Fate exchanged their ribbons. And this is a very touching scene that I really did like a lot. It's a very meaningful scene, and I'm very glad they actually included these accessories. Of course, you can exchange your hair ribbons. What you need to do is to pull these off, remove the ribbon, place the hair ribbon with Fate's original ones. Just peg them in like that. They're held together by friction pegs. And reattach her ponytails. And so there you have Fate with one of her original ribbons together with one of Nanoha's ribbons. But one of the things that I don't like about this feature is that because her pigtails are removable, her ponytails are removable, they are exceptionally loose. Perhaps they should have gone with ball joints over simple friction pegs, but for the time being they do hold. They just tend to pop out with the slightest movement. These pegs are actually on ball joints themselves, so they can be posed freely. So bringing the figure back, let's take a look at the articulation of this Figma figure. First up, her head is on a ball joint, so it can move freely, left and right, up and down. Note that these hair strands are not made of soft PVC, so they do tend to get in the way, which is kind of a shame, but since they're so short, they're not really that obstructive. And as for ponytails, as said previously, they are on ball joints and pegs, so they have a whole range of articulation. I mean, you can pose them blowing in the wind or to simulate as if she's jumping, so on and so forth. Her arms are on ball joints, so they can move forwards, backwards, in and out. They can rotate side to side. As for elbows, move forwards and backwards. They can move side to side slightly, although that's not really intended. Her hands can move forwards and backwards and can rotate at the wrist. Her chest joint does actually feature a whole lot of movement, though she can only rotate side to side about this much and move forwards and backwards to only about this extent. She does have a waist joint under that skirt, but again, with all the other figures that have large skirts, they are made of solid PVC, so they do tend to hinder some of the posability, but it doesn't really affect it that much, so I am willing to forgive it. And of course, being in her school uniform, she doesn't really need to replicate any actiony poses. And yes, the ponytails drop like crazy. For her legs, she can move forwards and backwards, in and out. You can rotate side to side. And as for her knees, move forwards and backwards. Feet, forwards, backwards, can swivel side to side and rotate side to side as well. Figma Fake Testarossa School Uniform version. Now, what can I say about her? Well, I definitely do recommend her if you're a Nanoha fan or a Fate fan. The reasons to get her are so numerous. I mean, first off, she is younger version of Fate. She is an action figure of the younger version of Fate, which we don't really have a lot of. And it does a really great job in replicating her. Far better job than the movie first Figma figure did. You can also get her for her faces to actually swap with the movie version of Fate Testarossa. Haven't really tried that yet, but they should be compatible with each other. You can swap the entire head if you want, because as you know with Figma figures, the heads are swappable. And the final reason to get her is, of course, to pair her up with Nanoha if you have her. And if you get her, and if you don't have Nanoha, then get Nanoha. Both of these figures look so great together. Can't have one without the other. However, as I've said previously, the ponytails drop like mad. They do hold their poses, but they drop off very, very easily, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So, this sector saying, see you guys in the next episode.